So, Jules, if you're at a cabin,
Yeah.
3 strangers come knocking on your door.
You mean 4?
With medieval, 4, with medieval weapons.
Okay.
Aren't you going to welcome them in for coffee and tea?
Heck no. Heck no. My parents taught me about stranger danger. I don't know who taught that little baby girl.
Woo! Let's talk about Knock at the Cabin. This is an M. Night Shyamalan.
Right.
I love M. Night Shyamalan.
Okay.
Because he always gives us a twist in his movies. So I'm watching this and I'm just like, I'm already going to like it. I can tell by the premises. I love M. Night Shyamalan. I don't think I've watched any of his movies that I didn't like.
Okay.
So I'm waiting for this twist and I'm like, this is some creepy stuff. They talking about right now, the apocalypse. You need to kill one of your family members. There's 3. There's the 2 dads and a cute darn little girl named Wen. Do this or you're going to make the world end.
Right.
Now most people could be like, are y'all nuts? Let's talk about who was in this, and then we're going to talk about what went down in this movie.
All right, so the cute little girl named Wen, she's played by Kristen Cui.
She was adorable, and the little girl was a good little actress. I just wanted to hug her. She was so cute.
And this was her movie debut.
And she did phenomenal. She must have, I'm guessing she was trained. She's probably been doing theater or something. That little girl was good.
Since she was a baby.
Oh, she's a baby girl. She's so cute. Okay.
Ben Aldridge, he plays Daddy Andrew. He was in Fleabag on Hulu.
Never seen that. Okay.
I did just, I think I saw that. Anyway, Jonathan Groff plays Eric, Daddy Eric. He was in Hamilton and The Matrix Resurrections. You'll recognize his face. Dave Bautista. He did a phenomenal job.
Let me tell you.
As Leonard.
We've seen him in Guardians of the Galaxy, other movies here and there.
Yeah.
I think I officially love him because I didn't know he could do this type of role that damn good. And I was like...
He said he's been looking for a role like this. And he was most nervous, he was more nervous about this movie than anything else because he really...
Oh my God.
Put his all into it.
He
and it's
did.
A drama. He's not just acting like a tough guy or something like that.
Like, because usually he's an action hero.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just the fact that, well, I don't know if this is considered horror. More of a psych thriller to me. But anyway, to see him act on this level and the passion and sincerity, because this they're telling them you got to kill your family or the apocalypse is coming. So they're not coming in just because they want to come do some murdering. No. I mean, this is literally in their hearts that they are saying we are God's soldiers and this is what we have to. And
they don't even know that they're God's soldiers. They just know that they all have the same vision.
Right.
They got the message and they all showed up at the same place.
And they're noticing stuff is happening, right? But I felt that from him and I'm like, you know what? This man then got good.
Yep. He worked hard for this.
And he succeeded.
Every interview I've seen, he's just like, I worked hard for this. I really wanted this. I really wanted this to come out great. He did a great job.
Yeah, he was probably my favorite one in here besides Lil Win. But I'm just surprised at his acting. So good. Kudos. Let's see him some more like that.
Kudos.
Okay. And and usually just really quickly, because he's usually an action hero or fighting and beating up, there was not necessarily a soft side of him. There was just such a human, empathetic side of him, and I've never seen that before.
Yeah, the man has range.
Yes, all right, and
he's working on his range.
Okay, who else is in here?
Rupert Grant. You remember him from Harry Potter movies?
Harry Potter.
Yes,
okay.
The redhead guy.
Okay.
Nikki. Why did I even say that? Because I'm mixing her last name with her first name. Nikki Amuka Bird plays Sabrina, and she was in Old, another M. Night Shyamalan movie, and The Omen. You remember her from that?
I don't remember her from. I don't even remember her from Old.
She's one of the couples on the beach.
Yeah, but I don't remember. I have the face itself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And Abby Quinn plays Adrian. She was in Black Mirror and Better Call Saul.
I've seen those both. Okay. So what's going on at Knock at the Cabin?
Okay, Knock at the Cabin is rated R, and it's an hour and 40 minutes. And as we mentioned earlier, family is vacationing in the woods, out in the middle of nowhere, just enjoying nature. Wen is playing outside, and her daddies are inside the cabin. And all of a sudden, Leonard shows up and introduces himself to Wen. And he's like, I'm sorry for what's going to happen, but some of my friends are coming, and we're going to have to talk to your parents. And please just let us in when we knock at the door, even though they have, as you said, medieval weapons.
Medieval weapons. And here's what, I don't know if you notice, if you're really into film and analyzing all that, the contrast of this big, huge dude.
Yeah.
And a tiny little sweet girl.
Yeah.
The contrast will really get you.
Yeah.
But then you hear this empathy in his heart. So we're like, I don't know. Shouldn't she be running saying stranger danger?
Yeah, the contrast gets you. That's what I was going to say. But that little girl should have been running. But in real life, they've even tested people like on ABC or whatever. They have these shows like, what do you think that your child would do? And
I've seen those sometimes.
They would just sit there and talk to him.
Yeah. Like, they had one with a gun before too. And most of the kids picked the gun up. So I've seen some of that, but it was just a beautiful contrast.
Yeah, but if some big gigantic dude came up to me, and my parents have taught me about stranger danger, I think I'm running. But that's me.
Yeah. But it was just love. It was just beautifully shot with this huge guy and this tiny little girl.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So they come in and they give the family a proposition. You got to kill one of your family members, or everybody in the world is gonna die. And of course, they're like, F you. We don't believe that. Get out of our cabin.
Called them like religious nuts and stuff. Mm-hmm. And they tell them, you either got to pick somebody or you're going to cause something else to happen.
Yeah.
And then when we get to the end, the world is going to end if you refuse to do this.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm sitting here like I'm like, I don't know if I believe that they're real. When I started believing that it might be real, is because it wasn't just his character that had this empathetic heart. So there was 4 of them, 2 guys and 2 girls.
Yes.
The other 2 girls were empathetic. The second guy, I didn't know what to make of it. I almost didn't like him. I don't know if he was getting frustrated. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I've seen him in shows as well, like TV shows.
Yeah.
I didn't know if he was just, maybe he one of those people that he was already a bad guy. Now he has to do this and he's frustrated and he wants to get it over with. And I don't know, but I didn't like him.
Yeah, well,
did you see
they showed why he was unlikable. They showed, his part of his past, and he's changed. But I think it gave me the feeling like maybe he just changed or he didn't change that much.
Yeah,
he's hard to read.
Very much so. It's like he was cold-hearted about it. Like, if they'd have let him do all the talking, I would have thought they were just serial killers.
They're also frustrated because they saw a vision and they're trying to get these people to believe that, hey, I saw this vision and this is what you have to do. And we don't want you to have to do it. And we don't want to have to do what we're going to have to do if you don't do it. But, just, could you please, kill one of y'all?
Like, if not, an apocalyptic event will happen every time you say no.
Yeah.
And of course, like you said, they think they're crazy religious, what they call them religious nuts or something, and they accuse them of, you guys could admit it. Because, there's so much we can do with technology in this world right now.
Yeah.
Somebody can get something to pop up on your TV if they have control of it. So they're thinking, this guy, you guys are lying. There's no way I'm killing my husband. We're not hurting our little girl. You are crazy. But that empathy and that heartfelt emotion was done by the 3 of them, not the one we're talking about that we don't like, but all 3 of them were good actors because in their facial expressions, because you can't just talk, and when you're acting in roles like that, you could feel it coming from them that they didn't want to have to do it, but they just felt it was a vision that they were being called, and the world was going to end, and it was sad in some parts.
Yeah, it's based on revelations in the Bible, and you start to see, I get that they didn't want to. That's the hardest thing that you would ever be expected to be asked of and have to do. And, but once they started seeing the stuff was really happening and they explained okay, if you don't do it, I think they showed this in the trailer. I think they say what's going to happen.
They said
if you don't do it, the whole world will die. Everybody in the world will die, but you and your family will live, and you have to watch everybody die, and you'll live in this wasted land.
Oh, that is right. It would just be them,
they explained that, but Daddy Andrew is still I don't care. I'll live with you like that. There's not gonna be any food, Daddy Andrew. There's not gonna be. You can't go out for coffee. You can't.
Right. She wouldn't have anybody to play with. No more kids.
There's no one to play with. It's just you guys. And then once you die, or,
and
whatever
she's
happens.
alone, literally. Yeah. Who wants to be a vampire and literally live forever? I mean, you're going to watch everybody die. Don't you?
Ruin the earth forever.
Yeah. And this is worse. They talk about literally, it's going to be the apocalypse. It's going to end if you don't. Yeah. If you keep saying no, something bad's going to happen. And then we get to the end. If you absolutely refuse, here's what's going to happen.
And he's like, our love will bring it. No.
Love ain't going to help this one.
But love ain't going to help this one.
Yeah, he said that. How could you make that decision? I mean, you can't.
You can't.
But then what if you start seeing stuff happening? Your head would have to be spinning at this point.
Yeah.
Oh. But First of all, I'm going to say I enjoyed this. Like I said, I love the twist, and
it's very thought provoking.
Yeah, very much so.
And there's not a huge twist, but I felt like part of the twist was that you're waiting to see what the twist is.
If it was really going to happen, or was somebody playing some games? You know what I mean? Because they couldn't call the police or nothing. They knew that they were out in this cabin.
So M. Night knows we're waiting for a big twist.
Yeah,
and he's like, I'm gonna play on that.
And I that's why I love all this stuff. I mean, you get these people saying, okay, you got to do this, but you're also standing here with medieval weapons in your hand. What are you going to do with that?
Yeah.
Because if I have to make a decision, why do you have these weapons in your hand?
Yep.
So that would make sense that you're like, no, don't act like God sent you here for this.
And you're constantly telling me you're not gonna kill me because we have to kill,
each other
or whatever.
But then some other stuff happened, and then here's one thing that I want to mention. In some of the scenes where there would have been a good amount of gore, he moved the camera away.
Yeah.
There was a couple in there, don't get me wrong, but the one that I really wanted to see, they immediately moved the camera. So that's all I can say about this, because this is something I really want people to see. I think if you went to the movies and whether it's matinee or full price, I don't think you would go wrong.
Yeah.
I really, really enjoyed. I love stuff that has to do with like biblical or apocalypse and stuff like that. I just can't stop giving David Bautista kudos. He's just.
I really enjoyed it, and maybe it's my cheapness talking, but I still, for this one, even though I enjoyed it, I would recommend matinee.
Matinee.
Yeah, prices.
It wouldn't bother me. And I don't know if you guys, I know our theaters out here, some of them, if you're a student, you show your student ID and you'll get the regular price. So I don't know if you guys have that. You might want to check with your theater, because that's what I do at Majestic. So we got some fun facts about this, right? Mm-hmm. So what's going on with Knock at the Cabin, which was actually called something else?
Yeah, it was based on a 2018 novel, The Cabin at the End of the World by Paul Tremblay.
That's the perfect title. I mean, the title was cool, but the cabin literally is going to be the end of the world. Maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. As with director M. Night Shyamalan's last movie, Old, in 2021, Knock at the Cabin will be shot in 35mm film.
I like that.
Shyamalan and his cinematographer, Jaron Blasky, used lenses from the 1990s to give the film a classic 90s thriller look.
See, right. So it was a thriller. I would say psychological thriller. And kind of mixed in there. But okay.
Yeah. At the premiere, in some of the cinemas, at the entrance, the spectators were asked to give up something they cared for the entire duration of the film in exchange for a gift at the end. If you chose yes, then your smartphone was bagged and sealed. By handing over handing over the still sealed envelope at the exit, you received a nice prize. Gosh, why did I jump all over that? The initiative read. Thank you. Make your choice. Red, make your choice. You would have to give up one of the things you care about the most for the duration of the film. Prove it. Prove it, and your sacrifice could be rewarded.
I wouldn't have given nobody my cell phone.
I am so sorry for I can read. I just glitched really hard, but yeah.
I don't know if I would give anybody my cell phone. I'm not.
You know what? I've been to screenings, and sometimes you're required to do that. They're like, leave it in your car or leave it with us. But they had security there, and they would put it like in a box or a bag with your name and stuff on it.
I've heard people do that.
I'm still not comfortable. Them, and then, that's when you would leave it at your house or in your car, or not go to see that movie.
I would have to not. I don't know.
I've done it a couple times.
I know a lot of times too. I've heard a few times they've done it because how people will go in and try to pirate the film.
Yep.
And they'll sneak sometimes because you can't see every single person all the time.
Oh my gosh.
But a lot of times they were doing it for that as well.
Yep. I've been to screenings where they had people in there with night vision goggles to make sure that nobody is filming the movie.
I don't blame you.
Not all the time, but a couple of them they had those on, and the other times they just would have people that work with them.
Ushers, that was kind of sitting there.
Yeah, they would be up the stairs, in the halfway, and then if they saw a light of any kind, they'd be like.
Yeah, we've had that too, especially for some little, really huge. And I don't blame them, because I tell people, when you pirate films, you think it's harmless. Yeah. Look at when you're watching the end of a movie and you see all those names for 10 minutes. Yeah. All of those people have to be paid. Don't assume that just because some of these people are millionaires, it's still their money. You're still stealing. Yeah. Not only that, but when movies come to town, so let's say they come out here, they're hiring local people for the lights, for the hair and makeup, for the craft service. People get jobs for that. So don't always, even if the person is a millionaire, it doesn't matter. It's their money.
Yep.
Please don't pirate films. please don't do that. And if you get caught anyways, it is punishable by law, but please don't do that. You really do have a domino effect on it hurting people, people who need the jobs and stuff. So please don't do that.
Yep.
Okay. And then M. Night Shyamalan, when he cast David Bautista after he was impressed by his performance in Blade Runner 2049.
Yep. Uh-huh. And also, this is M. Night Shyamalan's second R-rated film after The Happening in 2008. And also his first film to be rated R for language alongside violence.
I seen The Happening. I didn't love it. I
thought you loved all M. Night Shyamalan.
I love M. Night Shyamalan.
Okay.
I love the way he does his films. I like the twist that he gives. Like, I love Devil. I actually ended up buying that.
You know which one I liked? Lady in the Water.
I did too.
Even though a lot of people are like, they don't like it. I think because I like the storytelling. Yeah, the storytelling aspect of it.
Mm-hmm. Lady in the... I do. And I love Bryce Dallas too. I just think she's so beautiful.
Yeah.
But I love him. I just wasn't crazy about The Happening.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's not the one when the people are standing in the fields, because as soon as you were like, I love M. Night Shyamalan, I'm thinking, what about that one movie with the people just standing in the fields? That's with Mark Wahlberg, right?
Yeah, this is The Happenings with Mark Wahlberg. Yeah. Yeah.
That one was, out of all the M. Night Shyamalan ones, I was like,
I would say that was probably my least favorite one out of it.
Too.
It just didn't thrill me too much.
No.
That's all.
Yeah.
But this one, so for me, I'm going to go with the 3.5 clappers for this one.
Okay.
I don't think you go wrong if you wanted to pay full price for it. But I really enjoyed it. If you like M. Night Shyamalan and his twist, you'll enjoy this. What about you, Jules?
I'm going to agree with you. I'm going to give it 3.5 as well.
Okay.
Yeah, because it did. It was intense. It has you like
the whole time.
Like what would I do? Is this true? Is this not true?
Would I do it?
Yeah.
What else? Because something's happening with it.
Because like you said, and I hope I'm not spoiling something, but like you said about people being able to do stuff with your TV, they turn on the TV for a minute. They're like, okay, now watch what happened, right? Mm-hmm. But personally, I'd be like, okay, well, change the station. Let me see,
Yeah.
And they never... I hope I ain't spoil something for you, but I'm going to need them to change the station.
And at that time, I'm just thinking if that were me, I would be so mortified. Would that even come cross my mind to say, turn the TV?
Yeah.
I mean, you're sitting here tied up with 4 people.
Well, Andrew was like, I still don't believe it, and I don't know if that really is.
And that was a good thing about it, because both sides kind of had logical...
He's like, I think that they timed it and this just happened just naturally.
And that's possible. They probably filming a reality show right now on me. All kind of stuff will be going through my mind. In fact, you just tied me up.
I'm going to need you to change the station.
Yeah, why are you tying me up?
2 or 3 stations.
Yeah, and you holding these medieval weapons. Like, you came here to kill me. Well,
they tied them up because they didn't want them to run away, because they need them to do what they need them to do.
If you see the movie, like I said, we want to talk about this. I don't know what you guys thought about it. If you are or aren't an M. Night Shyamalan fan,
if you think we're right, if you think we're wrong, you think we missed something. Like,
I'm watching it again because I'm sure there was stuff that I missed here and there. But this is one of those movies that I would actually own because I love intense thrillers. I love stuff that keeps you on the edge of your seat and like you're so torn sometimes in there. Yeah. Like
I might watch it one more time, but I feel like once you've watched it and you see how it ends, and you're like, okay, all right.
So, so there you have our review of Knock at the Cabin. If nothing else, go just to see David Bautista.
Yeah.
Rip it up.
Yep.
You have got to. Seeing him never like this before. And I want to give that man a hug. One of my friends has a crush on him when he's the character in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
She likes that. I like Wolverine, so I get what she's saying. But anyways, check it out. We recommend this movie. It's actually a really good one. And don't forget, me and Jules, GottaBeReel movie reviews. We're on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram.
Wait. If you're watching this on Instagram and it cuts off, it's because they cut us off after 15 minutes. My apologies. It's not us. It's what they do because we're not big enough to go longer right now. So
yes, we are. Check us out. That's just one of their stipulations.
That's one of their stipulations. Yes, we are. So you can check us out on YouTube or Facebook if you missed something. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And chat with us, especially if you're on YouTube. We get a lot of people that chat with us on YouTube, and
you can chat with us on Instagram too.
Anyway, cool. Chat with us. Yeah, whatever your favorite platform is, and we do answer you. Yes. We will not ignore any of your comments or any requests. We take requests, so you can tell us what you want to see, and we'll go check it out.
Yeah.
All right. And we are also on Cash App if you would like to make any donations.
Yes.
Take donations. And also, we are on the FearCon network. So if you go to connecttoyourcity.com, you'll click on the FearCon tab, and you'll see a lot of our thrillers and horror.
Are you going to be posting this on there?
Yes, I will, because I think this one definitely belongs. it belongs on there, so you're going to see this as well. All right?
Your Con Network.
Well, thank you very much for tuning in, and we will see you back soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.